I want to do a rank the best Batman list, and we are going to be using these 5 actors: Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, Robert Pattinson, and Christian Bale. And to start it off, I want to go. Let's go 5 and up.
Yeah, I agree. We're gonna go 5-5, 4-4.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And number 5, I have. Now, I don't care if this angers y'all. This is how I feel. Michael Keaton.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I put Val Kilmer.
Oh,
because I have no experience with him.
You're like, I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen him. Okay.
Okay.
Why Keaton? What's the beef with Keaton? Talk. My voice is going away.
You're good.
I lower my mic really fast.
No, you're good. All right, guys. So pretty much with Michael Keaton, I know that he's the OG. I know that he pretty much started the whole thing, and that's respect there. But to be honest, I wasn't a fan of his Batman. I thought I liked the look, but him as Batman, I wasn't a big fan of it. I always argue with my mom about it because to me, well, this will spoil the list, so I'm not going to say anything. But I just thought there was a different Batman who did a better job, and there are a couple who I think did a better job. But I am happy that Michael Keaton did what he did, and he's pretty much the first one to do it on a big scale, or a bigger scale than Adam West. But I don't know. That's just how I feel.
So he's how you feel. So he's to make it make sense for me. It's like the way you feel about Michael Keaton is the same way I feel about Tobey Maguire, where I respect him for being the first one, but I don't think he's anywhere close to being even comparable to Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel with Tobey Maguire.
But yeah, okay. Number 4. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Michael Keaton, because I have way more experience with the other 3. This is just like this is not my gen. I would love to watch all the old Batman movies. That's definitely something we should do at some point.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Not to don't have a whole lot of experience with him, but again, it's a respect thing. Like him, I know he is like a Batman, you know, like that's who I think about. Like he's up there with like Kevin Conroy and like the people that really set who Batman is, like in terms of like how we perceive him outside of comics. So I think Michael Keaton's important. So I was like, I'm gonna put him above Val Kilmer because he also has a better portfolio of Batman movies.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't
go.
Yeah.
He's my go.
Like, I'm just trying to keep it a little, like, I just chose these actors. I'm not, like, trying to make it, like if we were doing this list, Kevin Conroy probably beat number 1. He voiced.
Realistically, he should be.
He should be.
He is Batman.
He literally, though.
Yeah.
And he's also in Devil May Cry, so I also.
Yeah, they have a little thing for him.
When I heard his voice, I went, what the? But anyways, yeah. Number 4, I have Val Kilmer.
Okay, so ours just flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Okay. Why Val Kilmer better than Michael Keaton?
So in my opinion, with Michael Keaton, yes, he was the original. But Val Kilmer, I liked what they did, where he was pretty much, and this is going to kind of spoil the movie for you, but he was having therapy sessions on why he pretty much is Batman. And it kind of dove into his character more on like what made him, like reinvestigating his parents' death. I know it's every Batman, but like the way he did it, and also his look as Batman actually convinced me. Like with Michael Keaton, I don't know, it kind of seems silly sometimes, but with Val Kilmer, if you watch Batman Forever and like actually pay attention to his demeanor and everything, he actually seems like Bruce Wayne and Batman. Like it'll seem like he's there, like for the party, this and that, but then he'll just like have this face where it's like, I don't want to be here. I'm just here for appearances. And like at this time, before the Christian Bales, the Robert Pattinsons, the Kevin Conroys and all that, with Batman Arkham games and stuff like that.
And the animated series.
I didn't really get that feel. I didn't really get that feel with Michael Keaton. So Val Kilmer gave me that feeling when I first was getting into Batman. All right, but yeah, that's my 4.
All right, here's my number 3, and here's where I make enemies.
Okay.
Here's where I'm out there.
This is going to be hard. This is going to be a hard list.
That was a bow, so I don't know why I made gunshot noises. Here's my number 3.
All right.
Christian Bale.
Whoa.
Christian Bale is a fantastic Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
He's not a good Batman.
All right. Why?
Let me explain by doing an impression.
Okay.
Joker. We can't do this, Joker. That's how he sounds. It sucks. It's not good. Every time Batman talks in Dark Knight Begins Rises, I laugh. It's hilarious. It's because I think he does something that like maybe I would love to hear Ben Affleck try and do a Batman voice, but they give him the auto-tune.
Yeah.
Which I think actually works.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't sound as bad because
makes sense.
Christian Bale it's like, but Joker, what are we gonna? It just sounds so cringy. It's one of those things I can't take it seriously. Like we talk about the goofiness of the older Batman movies. Imagine that voice would work in a goofier Batman movie, but you put Batman in these very serious, like dark movies, and he's talking like that. I can't. Like it's just like I can't take anything seriously. And I do think Christian Bale gets outshined by his villains. I think that's just a fact. Like Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker is insane. Like that's one of the best villain performances in any movie.
Yeah.
Not even super, just movie. Tom Hardy's Bane is so good. I think that one's a little bit more comparable, but I don't think Batman does a whole lot for me that like where Bane is just like, oh dude, the whole time I'm like leaned in like this, you know? So I don't know. I just think Christian Bale gets outshined by a lot of like different aspects in his own movies that sort of diminishes his overall quality as Batman. Where I think like you give my top two, obviously I'm not in the order, but just Robert Pattinson, Ben Affleck, like you give them those kinds of villains and I'm like, dude, this is insane. You know, like I would love to see Robert Pattinson and Heath Ledger's Joker interact. Like that would be an awesome combo.
Oh yeah.
But Christian Bale, I think while they both worked really well because they're both phenomenal actors, I think Christian Bale's Batman, like him as Batman, was always a little funny to me in a movie that isn't supposed to be funny. Does that make sense?
No, I get you.
Yeah.
I have a big differing opinion, but
Who's your three?
At number 3, I have Ben Affleck.
Okay.
Only because like I feel like we got a taste of him a little bit, and I feel like we could have gotten more, but he's in my top 3 only because like his was ferocious. Like his Batman was freaking like that. If I wanted any of these other actors to play a like have their voice be in this Batman or have their face be this Batman, it'd be Ben Affleck's Batman. Because bro, like the way he fought, like that warehouse scene when he comes in and just I'm like, awesome. Bro, this is the Arkham Batman. Because I thought like in the Batman games, the Batman Arkham games, we never have that type of like fighting this and that,
no,
like ever in live action.
Yeah.
And then when I watched that scene for the first time, I was like, bro, you can really play Batman. Like this might be the coolest looking Batman I've ever seen. And then like, you know, it kind of sucks, you know, like that we only saw him in Batman vs Superman and Zack Snyder's Justice League, and after that, nothing.
Dude, I wanted his Batman movie so badly. Yeah, I really did. Him versus Deathstroke would have been like, that is so good.
Batman Arkham Origins. Woo! Give us that fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I have him at 3. But still, one of my favorite Batman on the live screen or big screen.
My number 2, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is probably the best bridge between Bruce Wayne and Batman, where it's like he's a very believable Bruce Wayne and he's a really good Batman. You're right. We only got a taste of him. We didn't really get to, and he never really got a good script to like mess around with. But I don't know. I feel like he takes the screen. Like there was a lot of good setup there. I liked their build with relationship with the Flash. I really believe that. I think Ben Affleck just has a certain chemistry with a lot of the actors he works with. And he's just a great actor. He just works. Again, same thing about the voice. That's a big thing for me. Again, the auto-tune, it works for him. Yeah. And it never made me cringe. I was never like, dude, what are you doing?
It was really tough.
I just wish we would have been able to see his Batman do more. Because if Zack Snyder did anything good, which I hate on him a lot, but if he's done one thing good, it's his casting of the big 3. It's Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. I know we hate on Gal Gadot now because I don't know what happened, but like her in the first Wonder Woman movie is so good. She's really good in that movie. I don't know what happened a couple years after that, but like she just like lost her spark or stopped trying or whatever. But like he did a really good job of casting them 3, and I think Ben Affleck is like it's like John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. It's a fan casting, and it works so well. It just sucks we never got to see more of it because there was so much potential there. So that's why I put him above Bale, because I think he has the look, he has the moveset, he has like he was arguably one of the best interpretations of Batman because he had a lot of the qualities of Batman, just was never really given a good script to properly use those. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. your number 2.
Yeah, man. Ben Affleck's. I'm always gonna be sad that.
Yeah, it's
we didn't
rough.
see more.
It's so rough.
But yeah.
Why did you say that name?
All right, at number 2, Robert Pattinson.
Hmm.
And the only reason why I put him here is because, I mean, now you know who my number 1 is, obviously, which I'm going to say now. Why not? Christian Bale is my number 1.
Okay.
But I'm going to say this. Right now, that is my ranking for out of these 5 Batman. But I think Robert Pattinson can overtake Christian Bale for number 1. I think he can.
Yeah.
I just think that with Christian Bale, what you were saying, obviously the voice, yeah, it was weird. I remember as a kid going like, why is his voice like that? But to me, I just think that he gave us the most accurate or the best version of best of both worlds. Like with Robert Pattinson, I feel like they can definitely investigate that a little better and go into his Bruce Wayne a little bit more, not make him so like dark and like antisocial, because that's a big thing about Bruce Wayne. Like we can clearly see that in the movie The Batman with Robert Pattinson, he is Batman. With his Bruce Wayne, I'm not gonna lie. If I was looking at him more and I'm like, whatever with this, I'm like, oh, he's Batman, like for sure. I don't know if he's Bruce Wayne, he's Batman. But with Christian Bale, he had the right amount of Bruce Wayne and the right amount of Batman. Like his Bruce Wayne was probably the most cleanest version, the most like accurate version.
No, yeah, it was a great
because like you could tell like Brody's there.
He's fitted up. He's with a bunch of ballerinas on his boat.
I was about to say that was like his Bruce Wayne was so savage. I remember that scene where he's in the restaurant and he lets the girls go swim in a little like water area, and the guy comes over. He's like, "We're gonna have to kick you out." And he just goes in his checkbook, writes a little thing, and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm buying your hotel." And he's like, "We're making some new rules on the pool." And I was like, bro, what the heck? Even the ballerina thing, he buys the whole ballerina out.
When he buys his company back too at the end of Begins, and he's
that
like,
too!
I bought the company.
Like his Bruce Wayne was just like really Bruce Wayne, like in a billionaire like view of it. But his Batman, to me, yes, it wasn't as good as Ben Affleck and Robert Pattinson's. I feel like their ferociousness is way better. But to me, if you're trying to make it, because Christopher Nolan's goal was to make it like as realistic as possible, I think that's good enough. I know the voice, you could have done better. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, why couldn't you have like a voice modulator or something like that? Like with Ben Affleck. So I thought that was really cool. When Alfred was like, and it sounded all dark, I was like, that is pretty cool. But with Christian Bale's, I think they did enough with what they had. And like got as creative as they could with trying to keep it realistic as possible as well.
Yeah, I think if like you take it from like, oh, this is Christopher Nolan's interpretation of Batman, it's like, oh, he did a great job. I just think like when we talk about the detective stuff, basically non-existent. Talk about the fight choreo, not good. If I'm being honest, the only good fight scene unless I'm like misremembering one, is when he fights Bane, when Bane breaks his back. Like that scene's awesome, but I just like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of like Batman things that Christian Bale doesn't have. Not an intimidating voice. Doesn't seem like a great fighter, like realistically. I think maybe it's just the suit with how stiff it looked, but like.
Well, honestly, when he was over at Ra's al Ghul's temple at the beginning of Batman Begins,
but he doesn't have a suit in that, right? Like it's just him fighting. Yeah, so I think like that's the problem. It's like when he's in the Batman suit, he doesn't seem like it like never works, you know? I feel like he just misses a lot of like Batman things. So that's why my number 1 though, which kind of contradicts what I'm saying, is Robert Pattinson. And the reason why I say this is because the same thing where Christopher Nolan had an interpretation of Batman. I think Matt Reeves has an interpretation of Batman that we've never seen before that seems really interesting. I think making Robert Pattinson's Batman just Batman, like that's what he's given his life to. Where like the Bruce Wayne stuff, he's a very antisocial, depressed, scared like kid still. I think it's a really interesting take, and it's something that unless I'm unaware of a comic run, I've never seen before. So I'm really curious to see where it goes, and I just think his Batman has the detective stuff, it has the voice, it has the fight choreo, it has like those like scenes where he's just walking and just like and he just like messes up dudes. I don't know. I think there's so much potential with his Batman, and I think by the end of whatever this ends up being, just 2 movies, a trilogy, whatever, I think he will be the best Batman. And I do wish like, oh, he had a better Bruce Wayne, but we haven't seen enough of it yet for me
Yeah.
to make an actual opinion, because it seems like they're really trying to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
So I love Robert Pattinson as Batman,
Oh, no, I
especially
love
as a
him too.
hater. When they were announcing the Batman, and I was how old was I? I was 13.
Mm-hmm.
I was 13. I remember where I was actually. They were when it was between Nicholas Hoult and Robert Pattinson.
Man, Nicholas Hoult keep getting robbed,
Yeah, I
man.
know. I was on my DC trip in 8th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember being like, "Oh, dude, I don't want this Twilight guy in my Batman movie. What is this? He sucks. He's such a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's so stupid. He's gonna be like a what is he in that? A vampire? He's gonna be
Yeah.
like a vampire, like gross, emo, whatever." I just hated. I was a big hater. Fast forward 3 years, I'm a 16-year-old lad, and I'm like, wow. He freaking killed that. I couldn't have been more wrong in my entire life.
Oh man, he really did.
No,
kill
he
it.
did. He killed.
But with Robert Pattinson's, I am interested in Matt Reeves' version only because, like you said, it's a new interpretation that can be transformed in these next 2 movies that are coming out.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
But I'm excited, bro.
I am too.
I think he'll overtake Christian Bale.